Now, let's jump right into our first topic. I know very excited yung mga audiences natin dito sa on-site. And of course, we're involving electrical safety on solar PV panels with a focus on rapid shutdown devices. Sir Ray, could you please lead us through the standards on the use of rapid shutdown device?
Yes, thank you, Alex. So, I'll give you an introduction. So, the rapid shutdown device is a requirement based on the Philippine Electrical Code 2017 under Article 6.90.2.6. So, the history behind that, it was adopted on the National Electrical Code 2014. So, and then during the 2017 National Electrical Code, it was enhanced. And then for the 2020, so we're coming up with the 10th edition of the Philippine Electrical Code. So, we're reviewing the National Electrical Code 2020 and 2023. So, it is further enhanced. So under the PEC 1, it is discussed yung outside array, inside array, and the application of the rapid shutdown device. So the reason why NEC requires this rapid shutdown device is for first responders to go on the site, no? So sa mga roof. So it is a requirement sa mga roof ng buildings. So other than that, yung mga first responders, there are maintenance personnel. So importante yun. So why is it that sa rooftop siya? Bakit yung ibang mga installations are not a requirement for at ground and sa roof? So, yun ang naging isa sa mga, kung titignan natin, nagkaroon ng problema talaga pag sa akit sa bubong, mahirap, very stiff. So, and then the practice in America is firefighters are going doon sa taas, sa bubong, no? So, one reason is para buksan yung roof para sa ventilation, para yung lumabas sa usok, and then even yung access. So even yung mga ibang literatures sa US, may mga requirement in different states. So as I mentioned earlier, it all started 2014, but some states in the US only require this RSD on the 27th state of California. That was December 1, 2015, and the other one, yung minamatay pa nga sa same state. So yung una is umaakyat sa bubong para apulahin yung apoy sa nearby na establishment. So doon nagkaroon ng ground or nag-shock pala rather. Nagkaroon ng shock yung firefighter. So paano naman? Sabi nga nila, sa Amerika yun bakit dito ba sa Pilipinas? Ganun din ba? That is the practice in the USA. Dito sa Pilipinas, paano? So one of our colleagues sa PEC-1 asked yung Bureau of Fire kung ano ba practice nila? Ganun din ba? Yes, umaakyat din sila sa bubong ng kapitbahay para patayin yung sunog sa kabilang bahay. So it is not only the practice sa Amerika, but also the practice here in the Philippines. So another one, yung pagka nag-collapse yung mga, so pumapasok mga members of the family or anyone, so doon, importante yung RSD. So another one is, yung sabi nga nila sabi kanina rin, bakit ang Pilipinas lang naiiwan na gumagamit ng RSD? Marami na kayo narinig doon. Oh, bakit hindi yung ibang bansa, hindi natin gayahin yung ibang bansa na hindi rin gumagamit ng RSD? No, doon sa mga binasa ko, sabi ko hindi naman ng Pilipinas lang There are some countries na gumagamit ng RSD. So, one example of that one is Thailand. So, marami akong mga literatures na nabasa that they are using RSD. So, how about yung ibang countries? Sabi nga sa akin ni Gob Hille, bakit yung ibang bansa sa Europe is not also using RSD? Simply because yung pestel. Pag sa pestel, hybrid, no? Lalagay ko ng pestel E. Kasi bakit may impact? One is yung P muna, yung political, economical, social, environmental, technological, and the last one yung E, educational. Hindi lahat. Kaya nga doon sa survey form, actually, merong survey, no? Survey form that will be used in the enhancement of the Philippine Electrical Code. Napakaganda ng mga information na makukuha namin doon sa data gathering. So, ang process namin is qualitative. So, quality. So, mamaya titignan namin or sa mga susunod na mga araw, yung mga correlation, yung mga sagot ng mga sagot, yun yung mga dahilan kung bakit we are still adapting to sa RSD. And then, sa 10th edition ng Philippine Electrical Code, so it will be enhanced further. So, masyadong pagtitibayin pa yung paggamit ng RSD. So, from our research, so there are a lot of references. So from there, doon palang kitang-kita na natin na yung importance ng paggamit ng RSD.
So Ray, correct me if I'm wrong, based on sa mga binanggit nyo. So technically, this is more of a collaboration of electrical and fire. Tama ba?
Yes. So, kasi napakaganda ng model ng US So, hindi lang basta siya electrical. So, there is a collaboration between different institutions, agencies, groups, organizations that comprises, pag sinabi kasi yung fire prevention, hindi lang basta iisang grupo but collaboration of different entities.
How about Sir Charles? Can you also share some experiences or actual things that you've already done for the RSD?
Okay.
And now we're back. May we call on again Engineer Charles to give insight about the practical application of rapid shutdown device.
Okay, so going back to sa in-explain kanina ni Engineer Ray Santiago, why US created yung RSD. Kasi there's so many content, mga discussion about that. Doon nga, yung mga bahay kasi, can you go to the next step na parang? So ito, yung, pinahiram sa akin itong slide na to. So maybe I could explain na lang muna. So ito yung mga argument, doon sa kasi sa US daw, was that if there are fire doon sa mga bahay, kuminsan, sinisira na nila yung mabubong. That's the reason why na yung electrocution ng mga firefighters would be imminent. So ito na-create sa US. So pinakita lang kung anong ginagawa ng firefighters sa Pilipinas. Okay, next slide. Okay, for the purpose of presenting yung kwento kanina ni Engineer Ray, our PEC chairman. Okay, so rapid shutdown was first introduced noong 2014 sa NEC. Okay, with the intent of providing a simple method for a first responder to de-energize yung PV system conductors. Easily, yung conductor, parang ito, yung conductor mo na yan, can easily and quickly disconnected for the safe condition for the roof during fire. Okay, so yung rule was aimed at PV system conductors greater than 10 feet. That was 2014. Pero noong 2017, yung 10 feet na yan, ginawa na lang na 1 foot. Parang yung nakikita nyo yung green, that is 30 volts. Pag nag-activate yung RSD mo, dapat yung green na yan, yung conductor na yan, is 30 volts at 30 seconds. Yung conductor sa loob ng array, 80 volts at 30 seconds. Okay? So pag nakikita ninyo yung illustration below naman, simple diagram lang ng PV modules with RSD. Ito 1:1 naman to RSD. Okay? Nakikita niyo pa yung dito sa taas, tatlong module with RSD, then connected to the combiner box. So ang function ng RSD, if there are problem, mag-actuate yan. So yung conductor mo ngayon, i-reduce na yung voltage. Kung 600 volts ka, it will reduce to 30 volts. Pero again, ito ang i-reduce na 30 volts. Okay? So at the right side, yun yung interpretation ng A should be 30 volts in 30 seconds. Inside the array, 80 volts in 30 seconds. Next slide, please. Okay. On the next illustration, simple lang. Simple diagram lang ulit ng RSD. So meron kang dalawang module. Okay. Then this is a 1:2 na combination. 1 RSD, 2 module. Okay, panel. Okay. So as you can see, ang daming mga terminals, connectors. May connector siya. Baka di makita na ko na. There are connectors. Tapos yung RSD mo, there are 6 terminals. Okay. So in IKEA, we have 2 megawatt peak DC. That is 3,672 panels at 550 watts. Okay? So yung combination yan, 18 panels per string. That is a total of 204 strings. Ang ginawa dito, 1:4. 1 RSD to 4. Tama ba? O 1:1. Yun, nag-1:1. Mali pala yung dito. 1:4. Kung 1:4 ka, meron kang 918 RSD. Pero ang actual pala, 1:1. Kung 1:4, ilang terminals yan? 8 terminals per RSD. That would equate to 7,344 na terminals. Weak point. RSD pa lang yun, ha? Weak point mo. Sa RSD pa lang. Connectors, hindi pa kasama sa 7,344. Okay? So some issues, some test procedures cannot be performed. Yung string test for the performance of the series connected panel. Yung DC test mo, insulation testing of cables and panel interconnection. Yan. Ako din yan. Issue din. Okay? Overheating. High capex and OPEX. Okay? Yung right side, that is yung pinuntahan namin nila Sir Flor nung nag-press release kami ng SM Santa Rosa. That is 3,000, ilan ba yan? 3,000, almost 3,000 megawatt, okay? So, dito sa baba niya, na illustration, parang piniset lang na if you have an RSD, na 1 RSD to 2 panels, so ang daming RSD. So, the problem now, parang babantayan mo yung RSD. If you have a problem on 1 RSD, yung string mo, magkakaproblema ka ng performance for the production of power. So, ang financial analysis mo is 20 years, baka mababawi mo siya ng 30 years. Plus, ano ba yung lifespan of RSD? If you have a 20 years program for that, baka magpapalit ka ba ng every 5 years? So when you replace every 5 years on daming RSD, so financial analysis would again affect yung business model. Next slide please. Okay, these are the reference of yung mga nagkakaproblemang RSD. Okay, on the left side, left upper, damage solar module due to RSD failure to shut down during the RSD testing. Tapos meron damage solar module due to RSD failure to shut down during actual plant operation. Okay, so ito, marami siyang nagiging problema. Ang naging problema, isa dito sa dito sa IKEA, is yung right side. So nag-bloat siya at nag-melt. Okay, so next slide please. Sorry, yun lang. Present lang namin yung mga cases that we had observed for the RSD. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Engineer Charles, for sharing yung mga RSD natin dito sa IKEA. Napakayaman talaga ni SM. So, Sir Charles, nakita namin kanina na nagka-problema yung mga RSD. So, no actual fires, pero yung mga RSD mismo yung nagka-problem. Tama. Anong naging problem, sir, ng mga RSD na yun?
Hello. Fortunately, yung lahat ng installation namin, wala namang naging fire. Kasi nakikita kagad yung pag nag-start pa lang yung occurrence. The reason why we also we're preparing to buy yung drone with IR so that we could inspect totally kung saan yung mga nag-overheat na solar PV system. Pero with our observation, big point talaga is RSD. So lahat ng nakikita namin problema is on the RSD. And I do not know why, if you have a YY analysis or a physical analysis, sa man siguro, there is a reason for that. Baka yung workmanship, hindi maganda. Environment, okay, Philippines is a tropical country, so yung init ng RSD mo, PLC or electronic to, plus yung heat coming from the metal group, baka yun din yung nagiging problema. Then, material, baka factory defect din. And we do not know for that problem on the RSD. Hello? Can we ask yung mga providers natin if you have experience of fire sa mga projects, no? Let's start from siguro. Kay Busquets, kung meron na kayo experience.
So, baka na-ambush sila, sir. So, balikan natin sila, yung mga sponsors natin. So, to continue, sir, para mas mabigyan tayo ng mas malalim na information about the RSD, may we call on our third panelist, Engineer Hill, to give us the basic concept of rapid shutdown devices.
Thank you very much. Good evening to everybody. Now, in addition to what Engineer Santiago have said, yung sa RSD kasi, this is a design electrical safety equipment. That is, ang niya is to disconnect the rooftop solar PV in case of emergency and system maintenance. Nagsimula tayo, di ba, kanina, dinidiscuss siya, string inverters, right? Pinatay mo siya, that is okay, di ba? Hazardous voltage sa taas na that intensity of light, lalo na yung peak niya, just imagine, in the residential, it is 600 volts. In the commercial, industrial, 1,000. Sa ground-mounted, 1,500. Kaya lang RSD is not for ground-mounted. No? That is just on the buildings. No? Actually, kagaya nga, yung sinasabi nga nila, kailangan ba ng RSD sa mga parking, no? Doon sa ginagamit sa parking, no? Kasi shelter, hindi mga building yun. Now, I just want to add on this. No? In fact, it starts with an array. Kasi nakabase ang natin, ang Philippine Electrical Code sa National Electrical Code ng US. And in fact, in terms of the voltage, talagang isa ang Pilipino sa BIP in terms of system voltage on the 220, 230 volts, di ba? We are just three nakaano kasi tayo sa Amerika, then other countries like Brazil and Peru. Kaya just imagine here, pag may pupunta rito, pag may mga system, no, na pag ginamit mo ng transformer, di ba? That's already a loss. Kaya may mga special to 20. So, ayoko i-ano doon, no? Ngayon, it starts with nakaano tayo sa NEC, nagsimula ang rapid shutdown na on the NEC 2014, kaya lang nasa array siya. Okay? So, array part, then yun yung 80 volts, no? Brings to in 30 seconds. Yeah. Kasi yung threshold eh. Then PEC 2014, wala tayo nun. 2009 tayo, tapos wala tayo, hindi tayo nagano ng PEC 2014. Pagdating ng 2017, nakita nila na kakaroon ng sunog, something like that. Pumunta ngayon in a module level type. So, one per module. And in fact, there are three, no? I will go direct to the point. There are three ways to comply with this electrical safety equipment. No? In fact, nag-ano to nung sa PEC natin, dapat implemented to January 2019. No, and I still remember that 2020, I'm very happy that I was given a chance na ko sa webinar to on the solar PV system rapid shutdown solution. So, yung mga umatay na lalo na, ang purpose namin ito, umatay ng mga taga-Obo. Okay? Tapos meron umaten from Quezon City, from Valenzuela. Then when I discuss about the rapid shutdown solution, parang ano to, di ba? Ano itong device na to? So, di ba simple nga natin in the layman's language, pag meron kang solar, tapos nagkaroon ng power outage, o kaya system maintenance, o kaya pinatay mo yung ano, meron kayong ano, kaya yun ang dapat i-bring down natin yung level na yun, what's the purpose of this particular device, no? And in fact, in 2023 ngayon ng NEC, wala pa tayo, 27 din tayo, di ba? Pinapalitan na nila yung ano yung pangalan. This is already hazard control system. Tapos, ang purpose ng 2014 is to protect the firefighters. Eh, nakalagay doon sa emergency responder. Yung pang emergency responder, pwedeng doktor, pwedeng nurse. So, ngayon sa 2023, na ano natin ito, apply din natin dito, papalitan talaga particularly firefighters. Kasi ngayon I remember on that, na yung nag-ano ko noon, then ngayon pagkuha mo ng electrical permit for solar installation, inano na ngayon ng Bureau of Fire man nakaalam, what is this? What is the importance of this, no? Na kailangan, so for the electrical permit, doon nagsimula. Now, ang kanina pinakita na ni Sir Charles about the causes, no? In fact, in my all-time experience, may mga nakita na kami dyan. Kaya sabi ko nga sa inyo, there are 3 ways to comply, no? One is that module level, dapat ang ngayong module level. Kasi sabi nga, in terms of the fire safety of a BP system, the more connectors, the more points, that is the cause of, di ba? Trouble, di ba? That will be the cause of trouble. Tapos nakita nila, bakit sa RSD, nagkaroon ng problema? In fact, nag-ano na ako on that, is that, what you call that, yung bang, nila doon, maraming bagay Baka sa wiring, yung ginamit na hindi listed yung una-una yung RSD device sa module level electronics hindi siya listed, so problema yon. Yung wiring o kaya yung pagkakabit niya through the PD connector or we call it MC4, that is already an arc, a full arc class, which is up to 3,000 degrees centigrade. So that's already a fire. Ngayon, in fact for the module level type, yan ang nagiging problema ngayon, lalo na yung magkukunika, kagaya na sabi ko kanina, isang RSD sa 4 na panels, delikado. Kasi lalo yung, may naging problema ko dyan sa 1 to 2 RSD, 1.2 kilowatt na dapat pwedeng 600. Nagkakaroon ng problema ron. Kaya ngayon, sila nag-device every module. Now, another thing ngayon is for the string inverter, yung natin nakikita sa string, using now an optimizer. That is another compliance. If the way of the optimizer may built-in rapid shutdown device. Alam nyo, with my experience, I will not speak about siguro alam nyo naman yung kung sino yung mga inverter na mayroong optimizer na walang problema sa fire. For that is safer. Module level on that. Then another is by microinverter. Yung microinverter kasi, may built-in na rin siya na rapid shutdown device. Walang nangyayari. All over the na nagkakaroon ng problema on that. Kasi lalo na sa microinverter din, paglabas niya, AC na. So, those are the things, no? In fact, ang ano ko rito, in fact, I'm very, ano ko nga sabi ko, I have to, yung ano nila, it will kill the solar industry. Kasi raw, mahal. It is not licensed. Safety, you cannot compromise for price. Safety is an investment. And kaya nilalagay ito is to protect those, just imagine if there is a power outage. Yung mga mag-aano na utility, meron dong solar, no? Then the sun is shining. There is that live planet. No? So that is the thing. So I will not nag-aadoro naman sa kanya, then para meron man ibang mga experience. No? So I'm very happy that I was given this chance in order that I can discuss about this. I love this particular device because I am a safety advocate. That is the thing. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Engineer Hill, for demonstrating the effectiveness of rapid shutdown device in preventing electrical hazards. May we now call on Engineer Ron Moore for additional input about the installation and best practices about this device.
Okay, so, yung experience ko naman sa RSD, amin na okay. So, ako lang sa kanya, actually meron, talagang marami, no? Kasi, bakit? Kasi, RSD is an electronics device, right? So, alam mo natin yung electronics, hindi talaga tatagagan. So, minsan 3 years, 4 years, tapos extreme environment pa. Yung iba, hindi ba? Yung rated. So, yun. So, actually, maraming challenges talaga sa RSD na nakikita. Maraming areas, like sinasabi ko na, yung firefighter rackets or bubuksan. So, may mga question doon na, paano yung graph is complete. So, paano natin yun, di ba? So, wala tayong magawa kasi nasa parad na asahin na building dapat may RSD. So, next time sa mga question, no? Ano pa? So, pwede ba naman yung wala. So, aside from that question is, yung RSD, saan siya, concept active. So, paano pag yung area may signal jammer? So, ano din namin yun? Bakit hindi siya may-initiate? No? Hindi siya may-initiate. So, isa pa yun. Then, i-account tayo sa June, yung sana especially mapapatid mo. Kung titignan niyo yung yung panel, may silent brand yan ng sensor. Right? It's lovely. Diba? Even in super. Talagyan natin ng visit na tama yung natin technology. Okay? So, let's not do this design. Kasi, nung bumili kami ng RSD, Wala nakita yung dito connected na ibang brand. Ibang brand. So, tapos yung parang international. So, tinanong kami na nagulat kami. Sir, isang standard naman ang ginagamit. So, naman, IEC, blah, blah, blah naman. So, sabi ng client namin, hindi sir, kasi may mga history na yan. Lost connection, gano'n. Ang tinatawag nila dyan is first meeting. Yeah, nandiyan yan sa term of, anong tawag doon? TR. So, yun. Isa na lang, bigyan ako ng isa. Actually, marami. So, isa, last na lang nabibigay ko sa inyo. Yung length ng RSD, hindi siya abot sa kabila. Hindi siya umabot experience sa akin. So, tinawag namin yung bawal mag-blood, diba? So, tinawag namin yung supplier ng TV. Sabi niya, ito yung standard namin, 900 mm na talaga. So, dapat chinik mo bago nyo yung so, nag-start siya ito. So, ano yung naman sa order? Lost connection naman. Every mode siya. Apat yung, So, ang nangyari, yan nga, tinanong kami. So, wala kami magawa. So, ang ginawa namin is, tawagin sa supplier, may kami ng certification. Yung certification na madala kami. Diba, yung supplier natin, sila after 15 years. Diba, yung mga question. No? So, I think, siguro, no?
Okay, thank you, Sir Ronmar. Okay, now, I press Alex before going to our supplier side. No? I would also like to call on our national president, no? Sir Flor Varona, for his inputs.
Yeah, nakikinig ako kanina. Actually, ngayon ko lang natagpuan yung sila yung gumawa sa MLQU way back 2014. And wala pa yung rapid shutdown. Pero wala rin silang problem. So, definitely, ngayon, maraming nagiging problema sa rapid shutdowns. Maybe because hindi pa talaga siya nagmamature. We have to go through the process. Ito yung process natin ng from best practice, standards, at sa code. Sa practice, ano ba yung nagiging dahilan? Bakit ba siya nasusunog? Hindi natin sasabihin, hindi naman niya nasusunog. We have to look at it, ano ba yung dahilan? Second, in terms of standard, we have to look at yung sa quality, sa cost, and so on, safety, we have to look at it. Kailangan natin, we are open to that. We have to hear our contractor. Ano ba yung nangyayari sa kanila? Bakit ba sila umaayaw? So, siguro ako as somebody who knows about yung mga digital, pwede kong sabihin, kasi basic siya. Kasi unang-una, isa-isa, if you have 3 megawatt, ibig sabihin 3,000, kung per module yun, you have 3,000 RSD. Kaya kukuniktahan mo 8 bawat RSD, di ang daming wire noon. Kanina ko pang iniisip nung sinasabi ni Charles, bakit hindi na lang gamitan niya ng parang RFID or UH ultra high frequency? So, pwede natin magawa yun. Pangalawa, bakit nakahiwala yun? Bakit hindi na lang natin i-built in doon sa module? Pagka naka-built in siya, pwede natin pag-aralan yung heatsink. Kasi yun ang nagiging dahilan ng sunog dahil hindi siya, nag-accumulate siya ng heat. So, we have to go further in terms of looking at ano yung nagiging cause. Hindi yung sabihin natin, hindi, tanggapin nyo yan, nasa batas yan. At napapatanong yung mga kontraktor. Nasa batas yan. So, kailangan tanggapin nyo. We have to be open to that and establish a standard. Ano ba yung acceptable? Yun dapat ang point natin. The purpose of this discussion is for us to be to hear from the one doing this, yung nakaka-experience, bakit nasusunog, at pag-aralan natin ang ba yung solution. So, at some point tayo, and then, pagka nagawa natin yun, we go to the standards, gawa natin yung standards to, then, ihiwalay natin yung safety requirement, gawin ito code. So, hindi naman yung sasabihin naman yung contractor, alisin na yan sa code. Narinig ko ito doon sa exhibit. Kailan ba aalisin yan sa code? Sabi ko, teka muna, i-revise siya, pinag-aaralan pa, pinag-debatihan. So, but definitely, we have to be open on how to solve this problem. Okay, so that's all I can say for that.
Thank you, National President Engineer Barona. I believe, Engineer Pao, no, nasa operations and maintenance, it will always be work in progress, no, na there will always be trouble. Kahit anong devices pa yan. Hindi lang dito sa RSD natin, lagi may trouble. But we are engineers, we will always find solution.
Alex. Okay, so actually, now, given that this is also a forum press, Alex, I think yung banggit na ni National President Sir Flor, I think we can hear the discussion from our contractors naman.
Yes.
Kasi ngayon, puro ano tayo, puro academe and theory. Now,
Yes, and yung mga end user, di ba? So,
actually, Press Alex, I have 2 contractors here. Sino gusto mong mauna? Left, right? Pili ka.
Parang kinakabahan sila pareho. Sige.
Would like to
Right. Our press monument is the ADB in Ortigas. So, as mentioned by RST, we have no problem. We have no problem. And now, well, things is that the connector, MC4 connector of the RSD is not compatible with the MC4 connector of the solar module. That's number one problem. Number two is the extreme humidity here in our the RSD as a cause for incident. We have several power plants that cause or burn the RSD and damage our solar panel. So resist because that can solve the issue of safety, electrical safety. Prior to the 2017, don't hear consultation or implemented. So maybe this is in terms of cost. RSD is additional 16 to 18% of cost of the contractor. And let's start. So that's on our based on our experience.
proceeding to our next contractor. Anything to add po sa mga panelists natin?
Function and license siya, pero ang problema, pwede kang din maglagay ng RSD, pero dapat nakaangat siya. Nakakonduit siya lahat. Nakakonduit. Pero pag tingnan sa roof, nakaangat yung natin yung 20 meters. Diba? So yung parang gusto natin bayad made, no? Pwede natin babaan. Kahit 0.5 na, ganun. Diba?
Okay. Okay. Sir,
Thank you.
Sir Gil, maybe
Sir
you
Gil?
have something to add.
Yeah, na ano kasi kanina yung sinasabi ni sir na in terms of
Welcome back, everyone. So to start again, sir, no, let's give back the floor to one of our contractors. I would like to call on Buskowitz Energy. Did I get that right, sir? Engineer Morel Santos.
Tama naman, sir.
You may take the floor, sir.
Yeah, from our end, we're also a developer, EPC, and an O&M company that has installed in some of the SMRs also. For our experience, we have been using, as one of our panelists has said, there are different kinds of ways to be compliant with the RSC, right? So for us, personally, as a company, what we use is the module level power electronics, the optimizers. Not saying any plans for sure. But yeah, that's the solution for us to be compliant. And so far, we're lucky enough. We don't really have any major issues yet, specifically fire, that we can attest to. We have projects probably 6 to 8 years already running with those optimizers without any fire. That we can definitely assure you guys. One of our hardships, I guess, definitely is cost. Cost is definitely one of our considerations with bottom balance for balance. It's a cost driver, and based on our experience also, since it's module level, was the one configuration, failure rate is still a bit high for those optimizers. When we say failure rate, it's more of like claims. So we have to physically change these optimizers once it fails. And for us, the problem there is that it limits the production of the affected 2 panels or 1 panel. I think what worked for us as a developer and EPC is that we have been consistent with the brands that we're using. For us, both the inverters and the optimizers are one brand only. And I think because we tried designing several inverters with other RSD solutions also, and we have noticed during design stage that these failure rates will really arise because of the inconsistencies of the brands. And also communication wise, it has not been fully addressed also if ever both the inverters and the optimizer are or RSD are of different brands. I think for us, really, we use that for compliance for the BEC. And we did have experiences already also for some LGUs that are looking for this RSD solution specifically. And then I think what we want from the code is, I guess, a bit more flexibility, especially on different types of roof. Because as mentioned earlier, there are different types of roofs, whether it's a deck, a GI, for example. I think those considerations is what we would like to have in the PEC. So at least it's more specific to what type of roof the both the RSD and the optimizers are being used to. Yeah.
Thank you, Sir Santos. I think Sir Charles, let's give Sir. Okay. I think yung comment ni Sir Santos kanina is you want more flexibility in terms of sa PEC code natin. I mean, okay. Going back to our panelist, Sir Ray is done. So we could also...
kasi may comment si Sir, dapat sagutin yun, yung flexibility ng PEC code. Ayan, tawagin natin ulit si Engineer Ray sa floor.
Ayan, Sir Ray is our national chairman for PEC.
PEC committee. Ayan, Sir, flexibility daw sa PEC.
Data management. Hello. Actually, we're doing the data management. So, yung mga descriptive methods kami, you see, so little by little, we're adapting and then we're studying if it's really adaptable. So, that's why yung form na kindly answer the form kasi very critical yun, titignan natin. So, qualitative siya, tapos doon natin makikita yung toleration. Kung talaga yung answer is talaga bang accurate o hindi, o basta lang sumagot. So, yun. So, very flexible naman.
Okay, thank you, sorry. Okay, si Presto.
About flexibility, it should be data driven. So, kailangan natin tingnan, ano ba yung naputus ng problem? Bawa sabihin natin, o yung cost file natin is quality connection. So, ano ba natin gawin? O yung cost file natin sa environment natin, moisture, or it's about it. So, kailangan makita natin yung patient ba lang. Then, yung sa standard kasi, we can solve that for 100% kung i-address natin. But maybe we can address one by one. So, this compliance, certification, compliance, then hanggang sa standard. If we are able to solve that, then wala na yung sectors na yun. Now, that's why we can have flexibility. And PHC, sila lang, as I develop them sa mga suggestion mo, and binibigyan ko na ito ng budget eh. Sabi ko, for the PAC, kailangan talagang may budget and then everybody has to be involved para magkaroon tayo ng sarili natin. This is totally different from other countries. Kasi iba yung sitwasyon natin. So we'll listen to you. Maybe this is not just the forum that we will have. We will have a series of forum para mas maintindihan namin. Okay?
In addition, kanina, we come up, no, yung talagang dapat yung device listed. Huh? So, ang RSD, kapag hindi siya nakaano talaga, there is what we call communication protocol eh. So, let us say there is a German inverter, nakaano siya doon sa US na po pwede. Maginamit mo sa iba yon, nandun yung compatibility, nandito tayong connector, yung, kasi ngayon, the moment, no, na yung mag-extend tayo, mag-crimp na naman tayo ng PB connector, no, ng MC4. Tapos yung MC4 na lang, or yung PB connector, hindi listed, nandun na. Ano nangyayari for that? That is what we call AFCI. Kaya yun na yung sa R+, nakaano itong RSD sa ano sa R+. Kaya ngayon kita yung mga inverter talaga, meron na siyang futures, the built-in ARC fault circuit interrupter. Thank you.
Thanks, Sir. Sir Flor and Sir Ray, actually I've heard a lot about data collection and you're saying that you're also listening with the end users or the contractors. Sir, question, where can the end user or the contractors also give data to you? Or is this something that you're internally doing?
So, that's the future of Philippine Electrical Code. So, quantitative yung approach ngayon dahil lahat ng mga viewers, lahat ng participants can answer yung questionnaire. But later on, later on, so i-qualify namin kung sino talaga yung pwedeng sumagot or titignan. Gagamitan ng graph, correlation. So maraming technique sa data analysis, data analytics. So dun iikot lahat yung mga data information galing sa inyo. And we are gathering, tama yung sinabi kanina, so we invited experts. Pag experts, hindi mo na kailangan siya i-qualify. Kasi experts na sila eh. So from their information, yun na i-gather tapos gagawa ng outcome. So yung mga na-invite namin, I think there were about 7 of them. Different from lahat ng stakeholders na invite eh. So nagkaroon kami ng conclusion from there.
Thank you so much, Sir Ray. And so, work in progress talaga to, Prespo, no? And of course, di mo natin tatanggalin yung sa RSD natin as still safety device, protective device dito sa ating solar PV system. And of course, I'd like to ask again, Sir Charles, kung may ka pa ba, sir, na gusto pang i-add or like improvements for this RSD bilang end user at malaking end user, no, Sir Pao?
I think Sir Charles, kasi parang nabanggit kanina din Sir Santos, is their projects are also involved SM.
Yes.
So, ano bang masasabi mo ka, Sir?
So, wala nung break time natin, ginagawa nila Jesse doon sa corner. So, RSD is created for the safety. Okay, so parang yung gutter na yan na papunta from the array papunta sa inverter, dapat lagyan mo ng protection, which is RSD to lower the voltage. Sabi ko, bigyan ko kanina si Jesse. Sabi ko, Jesse, inside the building there is a 34.5 XLPE. Nilalagyan natin ng lightweight concrete encasement. Pero hindi natin nilagyan na ko dyan yung parang RSD innovation to lower the voltage. Meron tayong gutter for the 400 volts, meron tayong gutter for the 460 volts. Pero hindi natin nilagyan ng protection. Pero it's not innovation na to reduce yung voltage. Ito lang. For the improvement, kasi weak point na, di ba? Nakikita natin weak point because of the so many connections, terminals. Kasi for the improvement, siguro yung mga commercial rooftop solar PV system, kasi ang laki naman yung natin, rooftop. Fine na siguro OBO and PFP, then bigyan natin silang access. Ito 3 meters ba na to, 2 meters, would be enough for you not to get near the array. Muto ka lang dumaan pag there is a fire. Huwag kang o kaya gusto ba lagyan ko ng fence to para hindi ka makapunta sa array. So yung siguro yung improvement so that we can have solution na para wag na kasi yung statistics for the RST nag-umpisa kami ngayon mga ilang megawatt, 27 megawatt and we're going 70 megawatt next year, 2027 siguro 100 megawatt. Baka yung 100 megawatt na yan, ang daming failure for the rooftop solar PV system of a commercial. Kasi kung maliit lang yung system mo, like yung mga bubong na bahay, ilang lang naman yan, ilang panels, very easy to control. Pero for the, yun nga, baka moving forward, sir, pag-usapan natin, baka walkway, signages, di ba? Like Japan, yun ang ginagawa nila Mga eco-proof signages daw sa ilang extent.
Thank you, Charles. And Sir Marv, from the audience and additional input from our audience.
Good evening to everyone. So, while waiting for the resolution, yung pinag-usapan po natin sa RSD, because we are also investing for the rooftop dahil a majority of our project is yung we call it a solar lease agreement. So of course, regarding RSD, is additional cost for us during the installation. Unfortunately, we are production based, no, for actually providing energy to different customers. Then we are just paid what we produce. Unfortunately, if there are several failures, maybe we have not proven yet for the RSD, it's another losses for us. That's why our question is, while waiting, are we going to proceed using RSD? Because actually, it's a big capital investment for us. Then our problem is our recovery.
To answer the question, nung nagkaroon kami ng mga invitation from the stakeholders, ang bottom line na laging binabanggit is the cost. But since Philippine Electrical Code is about safety, so as mentioned earlier by Sir Hill, siyempre on top of everything is safety. So yun, so the RSD or RSS will continue pa rin. Even yung code ng NEC for 2020 and 2023 still uses RSD and enhances the use of RSD. So yun siya. So ang dami ko nabasang papers from the US. Maganda rin kung meron din isa sa inyo, I encourage na gumawa rin ng paper, mag-release din ng white paper and present it in a conference. Not only in the Philippines, maraming mga papers na pwede kayo magsulat. Try to use the format sa international and then tingnan natin kung paano. So while waiting for yung mga papers, no, yung mga nabasa ko kasing papers, napakarami na iisa lang ang sinasabi is the system compatibility. Kaya nagkakaroon ng mga concerns. Pero that's why yung sa Google Form, kung nakita nyo na, andun yung mga questions na pwede nyong sagutan which will lead sa data gathering, sinabi ni Press Floor kanina. So titingnan natin kung meron bang yung una yung sinagot is meron bang pagkakaugnay, correlation. Doon sa una yung pang sinagot. So lahat yan, tutugma-tugma yan, dapat yan is 0.5 ang value. So hopefully maging pinang direksyon ng PEC is data analytics, lahat data-driven. Lahat merong pagkatinignan, saan galing yan? Kanina, sabi ni Sir, 2 meters. Tama? Sabi niya, pwede natin mabasa na 0.5. Sa Philippine Electrical Code, sa future ng PEC is, titingnan, bakit 0.5? Bakit hindi 0.9, 0.1? O ano pa ang value? So, lahat yan magkakaroon ng reference. Hindi lang kung ano yung values na meron tayo. So, yun lang. Thank you.
Yeah, dagdag ko lang. QDCS. So, in the standard, we look at the quality, we look at the delivery or installation procedure, we look at the cost, and we look at the safety. Hindi natin pwedeng alisin yung safety. No, this is still part. So, as far as code is concerned, it's about safety. Now, siguro, ang tingnan na lang natin dito is to go deeper into analysis. Ano ba yung pwede natin gawin para maka-reduce ng cost? Ano ba yung innovation na dapat natin gawin para sa mga material and so on? So, this is a continuous forum that we can have. But eventually, we'll be able to solve the problem. Medyo, it's either we stay as we are now or we try to solve that. Kailangan namin ng involvement nyo, kinakailangan namin kayo kasi kayo yung nandyan nakaharap eh. And then we are open to solve that and hopefully eventually ma-reach natin yung mas mababang cost pero safe.
Sorry, excuse lang. For the audience, may nag-message lang kasi, are you hearing us right? Medyo basta daw yung audio.
Okay ba? So yun lang. We cannot eliminate safety. But we can also study further how can we reduce the cost. Okay?
In addition, kagaya sinabi ni Sir Charles kanina, yung bang sa atin, ina-apply natin dito yung sa fire code na may sa REBIES na merong may sinasabi mo dati, silalayo. Hindi naman natin yata ginagawa, di ba? So yung point na i-apply natin yung di ba? Yung malayo. O di ba, inaano nga natin dito yung voltage na kung nagkaroon ng problema, dapat to zero, 80 volts inside the boundary, outside the boundary, 30 seconds, diba? 30 volts, 80 volts to 30 seconds. So, ganun ang gawin natin. Then, ang ano dito, always, yung sa problema about this, kasi ang RSTO, ang mga sulog na nangyayari, unang-una sa design talaga. Sa design. Kaya, choose a listed equipment, o yung kanina sinabi ni Sir, I'm very happy for that. Parehas na, alam ko yung ginagamit ng optimizer, alam niya yung ginagamit ng optimizer. Wala kami problema sa optimizer. On the module level on that. Then, yung mga iba, compatibility na ito ginagamit rito wala for that.
Actually, ako lang kayo national president, no? Tama yun. Atin, 1:1, may 4:4. So, subukan yung mag-4.
Okay, so meron kanina yung RSD and only all tayo sa rin, RSD or optimize. Kasi one meeting, Mario, siguro baka yun yung magiging natin solution.
And thank you, dear panelists. So, LR sagot na. So, still, yes. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, Sir Pao, medyo uminit dito sa venue natin, pinatayan na tayo sa tayo ng air. Sobrang ganda, sobrang fiery ang ating discussions tonight.
Wala na solar, Press Alex.
Kahit gabi na.
Galing na kami sa set. And this is my personal view, okay? Based on my experience and on the perspective of our management. Shall perform. Tapos, sabi mo, hindi naman umaabot ng 85. Well, manufacturer, kaya po nagiba na. I'm buying something, a listed product.
But it's ibang usapan naman if we're going to abuse. Ibang usapan 52 degrees. Can you explain to me that ikaw ang manufacturer, bakit siya? Your guarantee ng RSD. I'm buying something na ang ng pasahero eh. That is my opinion. So, kasi nga, binayaran ko, listed na nga ito eh. Ang mahal na mahal ang binibili ko and then hindi siya nag-work accordingly. Pero mga contractors, mga supplier, kung in-abuse nyo naman, pasensyahan tayo, the warranty will be voided. Salamat kayo ngayon.
Thank you, Sir Jess. For the panelists, meron pa ba?
Listed product, no? Yung gagamitin mo sa design. If we have that, then lagi ko, there is no problem about what is happening now.
Based, ang dami pa rin failure. Maybe again, manufacturers has to be on the hot seat. How can you meet up with the conditions in the Philippines? You know, one of those car manufacturers or yung electronics ng car, they were putting in that electronics on the inside the hood, ang init doon, but they were able to address the thermal problems. And this technology is actually used in microinverters. Nakadikit. Survive naman. But if compromised yung quality ng production ng RST, then that's what's happening now. So again, it's very important. I would support Engineer Ray on gathering that information para matayong evidence to show that this is reality in the Philippines. We may have to improve it according to the climate that we have. Yun na po. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for very, very important input. Ayan, so any additional input sa ating mga panel for tonight? Last round up. Simulan natin kay Sir Ron Moore.
For me as a designer and a professional electrical engineer, so cannot bring the code or not negotiable because the code is hindi code na in-study yan eh. No? So dumaan pa yan sa NEC. NFPA pa yan galing, National Fire Protection Association. So hindi basta-basta yan maalis natin. Okay, thank you. That's all.
Lex, wala na ba sa audience? Sa online, wala nang I'm good na rin. Thank you.
Yeah, on my part, siguro ito ay maging video on demand, BPTech. And this will serve as a reference for others who would like to listen. Yung hindi nakarinig nito ngayon, ay pwede nilang balik-balikan. Kung hindi pa rin nila naintindihan ngayon, siguro mga ilang balik pa maintindihan din nila. The other one is to have this encoded para doon sa mas maintindihan nila kung naka-text, ibig sabihin hard copy, and pwede rin gawin digital. Now this is part of our goal this year. Now we have a compendium of best practices, and then we are actually cooperating with yung mga experts sa standards, paano gumawa nito, and then we are also discussing about the code. So maganda ito, tuloy-tuloy, and I think we will have another round for this.
Thank you, and press. Sir Hill.
Now, in addition, I'm looking, this is a very exciting forum. Siguro susunod, kumbidahin naman natin yung mga supplier.
Yes.
Kasi unang-una rito, di ba, in order to prove, no, kasi when you buy something, kahit mahal, huwag kang bibili ng mura, kasi bumili ng mura eh. Kasi pag bumili ka ng mura, I'm very sure, afterwards, mapapamura ka. Di ba? So, ano natin yung sinabi nga ni Engineer Jesse in terms of that, yung listed na ngayon. Pag ano natin yung mga supplier, for the compliance, diba? Sabi ko, yung module level device, parang universal. Then you have the optimizer, using optimizer. Ba't hindi nagkakaroon ng problema? Doon sa microinverter, those three things. Paano natin sila dito para makita natin? Then makikita rin natin in terms of the solar business ngayon, dapat di ba may mga warranty? meron dapat dito stocking distributor that will give you the technical support, lalo na pag nandito yung talagang manufacturer. Yun dapat ano natin. Kaya siguro sa next para ma-explain nila, pati mga case study nila, wala kami problema rito, maintindihan natin the sharing. Kasi nga, last yun nasa kami, yung about the PV workshop sa China, I speak about fire safety of PV system. Alam nyo, pinaka talaga, design, yung installer. You don't. Yung mga iba, wala eh. Then, the more points that you have, the more problema. Thank you po.
I agree, no, sir. Dapat yung manufacturer dito kasi hinahatsit natin, wala sila, hindi nila mapagtanggol yung sarili nila. Ayan. Engineering.
Yes. Yung mga data natin na nag-gather dito, especially from the expert as well as our participants here in the live studio. And of course, yung sa online din natin, we'll highlight several key factors in the implementation of the future of the Philippine Electrical Code. So everything here will be considered. And then as mentioned earlier, so lahat ng points. So safety is the number one concern of the Philippine Electrical Code.